Harvard University astrophysicist, Dr. Avi Loeb. Dr. Loeb, thanks for being back again. Are you able to confirm that the images that the Mars rover took of 3I Atlas Thursday and Friday of last week, so 6-7 days ago, have yet to be released? Is that accurate?
There are a lot of strange things about this interstellar object, and a few days ago, it passed close to Mars, and things have only gotten weirder. Hey everyone, welcome back. Dronetek here. If you haven't been following the latest interstellar object to be going through our solar system known as 3I Atlas, well, that's probably because you're just not into that stuff, because this is a political / media watchdog type channel, and I don't usually talk about things like this. But it's October, and I find this topic very interesting. I think that you will too.
Well, we're waiting.
As this thing passed by Mars a few days ago, we expected to get a lot of very interesting data from all the assets NASA has around and on Mars. Not even just NASA, but China and Europe as well. The thing is, outside a very underwhelming blurry picture from Europe, we haven't heard anything from NASA or China. Harvard physicist Avi Loeb called this out last night on Newsmax, and you just have to see it for yourself.
Okay, so joining us now for more, once again, Harvard University astrophysicist, Dr. Avi Loeb. Dr. Loeb, thanks for being back again. Are you able to confirm that the images that the Mars rover took of 3I Atlas Thursday and Friday of last week, so 6-7 days ago, have yet to be released? Is that accurate?
Well, thanks for having me. It's actually not just the Mars rover, it's also the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which is actually moving around Mars. And that has a very high-resolution camera called HiRISE that could get a pixel size of 30 kilometers on 3I Atlas.
Right.
So that is really the best that is yet to come out.
But Dr. Loeb, do we have the pictures? Here we are almost a week later. Have you seen them?
So in fact, the only information we get is from the Europeans. There is the European Space Agency that released some data which is inferior to the NASA data, and they are saying that indeed the HiRISE camera captured an image of good data on October 2nd. However, the principal investigator of that camera said that he cannot communicate the information to the public because of the government shutdown. Now, that of course raises some concerns that maybe they know something and do not want to let us know about it. And my interpretation is that it's probably not flagging extraterrestrial intelligence. It most likely is the result of terrestrial stupidity.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
I completely disagree, and the main reason for this is the fact that we still haven't heard anything from China. China isn't bound by anything that America or NASA would be, so why are they being quiet?
China's Tianwen-1 orbiter was also positioned to observe 3I Atlas with its moderate resolution imaging camera. Also silent. The UAE's Hope orbiter, equipped with the Emirates Exploration Imager, had a clear shot as well. Nothing. Multiple space agencies, multiple sovereign governments, with completely separate bureaucracies and priorities, all simultaneously unable or unwilling to release their best data.
And as Avi Loeb pointed out, the only crappy data that we've gotten so far came from Europe, in the form of these blurry, useless pictures, which by the way, don't show a tail. Now, there are some reasons for this outside of it being alien technology, and I think probably the most likely is at least as far as NASA is concerned, is that they want to make sure that this data and these pictures are the best that they can put out, because so far there have already been pictures kind of spreading around that were either complete misinformation, they were fakes, hoaxes, or there was an anomaly that was completely misrepresented, and that's what ended up spreading and becoming viral. So maybe there's something about this that is anomalous that they just want to make sure before they put it out to the public, to make sure that they have a solid answer to explain it, or the data they did get shows something that they have to prepare the world for.
It's over. We are screwed.
You think, I don't buy the shutdown excuse. That to me is really suspicious 8 days later that NASA hasn't released these photos. It's not like nobody is at NASA right now is able to do this. We did get one report that as 3I Atlas gets closer now to the sun, telescopes here on Earth are picking up other objects flying alongside it. Is that accurate?
Well, there are always objects. The question is whether we see unusual activity. And in fact, I tasked my research team at the Galileo project to monitor the sky for any unusual activity, because it's possible that if it's a alien probe, that in fact it would release some mini probes that will visit the planets.
Yeah.
You know, we should not assume anything. It's a blind date, and we should watch the other side, you know, just in case there is a serial killer there.
Okay, let me ask you about that. On what date will we know what this thing is doing? When does it reemerge from the other side of the sun?
Right. So during the month of November, it will come close to another spacecraft called JUICE on its way towards Jupiter. Then on October 29th, it will come closest to the sun. Then that's when it will be heated by sunlight the most. And that's when it can do a maneuver, taking advantage of the gravitational assist from the sun. And then on December 19th, just a week before Christmas, it will be closest to Earth. Not very close, at 1.8 times the Earth-Sun separation. However, the hundreds of observatories on Earth and the telescopes we have in space will get the best data on December 19th.
Yeah,
so wait for that. And then finally, I should say...
Wait, so hold on. Just what date, when does it reemerge from the other side of the sun? When does that happen? December 19th?
That will happen early November.
Early November. Okay, so we'll know. And if the thing does bank to the right, that means it's not a comet. That means it's heading toward Earth. Then what?
Yeah, definitely, because so far, you know, I analyzed last week all the 4,000 data points from 227 observatories on Earth, and it looks like the object did not maneuver at all. It didn't deviate from a trajectory sculpted by gravity alone.
Okay.
To a very high precision. So any significant deviation from what we expect it to do would be a technological signature, and we should watch it.
All right.
One of the big things which I found funny about that video and their simulation is that on their simulation it shows the supposed comet with a tail. The thing is, as far as we know right now, this thing doesn't have a tail. It actually has a very stubby sort of forward tail. Second, this thing is apparently made of pure nickel, and that's something we've never seen before. Also, this thing was very bright and supposedly outgassing, which is something that normally happens as the object gets closer to the sun. This thing was bright enough to be seriously outgassing long before it even got to our solar system. It's also only emitting carbon dioxide, another anomaly that we've never seen before. There's also some stuff about the gigantic mathematical probabilities of this thing coming through when it is, its size, and the trajectory that it's taken. I don't know about all of you, but I'm super interested in this thing either way it goes. I mean, even if it is a comet, it's a comet that formed in a completely different part of space outside of our solar system and might have completely different properties than anything we've seen before. Anyway, just let me know what you all think in the comments, and if you're still here, you might as well hit that like button and subscribe. I do post stuff on a regular basis, mostly shorts, but I'm trying to get more active on long form, so make sure to keep checking back for more.